The Tale of the Wise Sage and the Young Prince. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Takshashila, there was a wise sage named Vishnugupta. His wisdom was unmatched, and many people sought his guidance. Among those who sought his wisdom was a young prince, Varun, who was known for his arrogance and impatience. Prince Varun was the heir to the throne, but he lacked understanding and kindness. His heart was hardened, and his mind clouded with pride. One day, Prince Varun approached sage Vishnugupta, demanding answers to the problems of life. "I wish to know how I can become truly powerful, how I can dominate others and rule the kingdom with unchallenged strength," said Varun, his voice filled with the arrogance of youth. The sage, sensing the young prince's inner turmoil, smiled gently and said, "Come, my child, let me tell you a story." The prince, intrigued, sat down in front of the sage, who began to speak. There was once a mighty lion in the jungle who ruled over all the animals. He was fierce, strong, and feared by all. He believed that his power lay in his physical strength and his ability to intimidate others. However, the lion had a flaw: he could not hear the wisdom of the wise old owl, who lived high in the trees. The owl's voice was soft, and the lion thought it insignificant. One day, a group of smaller animals, who had grown tired of living in fear, decided to confront the lion. They gathered together and devised a plan to outwit him. They knew that although the lion was mighty, he was not invincible. They approached the lion with respect, but without fear, and spoke calmly about how the jungle could be ruled more peacefully. At first, the lion dismissed their words, thinking them weak. But the smaller animals spoke of cooperation, unity, and balance. They did not fight the lion, they simply spoke the truth. Over time, the lion began to listen. Slowly, he began to understand that true strength lay not in violence or domination, but in wisdom, understanding, and respect for all. The lion learned to hear the wisdom of the owl, and through listening, he transformed. He became a ruler who was not feared, but loved. His strength was not in his roar, but in his understanding of the hearts and minds of those he ruled. As the sage finished the story, he looked at Prince Varun, who was deeply moved. The prince, with his mind slowly clearing, asked, "But what does hearing have to do with Dharma, malignity, knowledge, and liberation?" The sage replied, "By listening carefully, one can understand the true nature of Dharma, the righteous path. When we hear the wisdom of others, we eliminate malignity from our hearts. Our minds become clear, and knowledge flows to us. And in that knowledge, we find the path to liberation from the bonds of ego and ignorance." The young prince pondered the sage's words for a long while. From that day, he became a more thoughtful and compassionate ruler. He listened to his people, respected their views, and sought wisdom from those who had knowledge beyond his own. Through hearing, he gained not only power but also the understanding of how to rule justly and with kindness. Thus, Prince Varun learned that true liberation and wisdom come from humility, from the willingness to listen and learn. And in his listening, he found the strength to be a just ruler and a wise man, free from the bonds of ignorance. Moral of the story: by means of hearing one understands Dharma, malignity vanishes, knowledge is acquired, and liberation from material bondage is gained. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.